seen this coming. Anywho, now that we've seen it, rest assured we'll still go ahead and tap into the Beetaloo, Narrabri and Scarborough gas fields, which will ensure the next floods and fires will be even worse. Of course, if Putin had caused this damage, we'd impose sanctions on him, but since it was mainly caused by our donors, we'll just give them some grants to help them keep doing it. What's that? You thought our job was to keep you safe? Oh, sweetheart. Our actual job is to keep them safe from you. That's why whenever a climate disaster like this takes place, we send out our big sack of shit in chief to the disaster area to take the heat for them and maybe pose for a photo op. Country road. It's all part of our get fucking used to it policy for dealing with climate disasters. Homes underwater, homes on fire, homes underwater and on fire. No problem. Try get fucking used to it, because we just have to accept that Australia's becoming a harder country to live in. For you, that is. Not for these guys who get billions of dollars in subsidies from us and live here tax-free. But if you, who does pay tax, needs to be rescued from your sinking home, we'll tell you it's your fault for building your house in the way of Chevron's trail of destruction. Some say we should introduce a levy on fossil fuel exports to make the bastards start paying for the damage they cause. But why do that when Dutto can just set up a GoFundMe and make you chip in for the costs? Go fuck yourselves. So, as things fall apart, and let's be clear, these floods are just the beginning, you might want to start organising your own communities, because you're on your own, dickheads. We'll be counting the interest on the Unspent Disaster Recovery Fund while you crowdfund choppers and rescue each other in tinnies. Or you could kick us out at the coming election and get a government that isn't captured by fossil fuel interests and who won't abandon and gaslight you as we head deeper into the climate crisis. Australian government, we'll literally get you all killed if you re-elect us in May. Authorised by the Department for Thoughts and Prayers.
Okay, boomer.
Whatever you say, okie dokie boomer. E-O-O-M-E-R, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay.
I can't believe that we were late tonight because everything was on time. I think we got too chatty in the green room. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I just spaced out. I was listening to a good song, and then we looked up and it's like, oh shit.
Oh shit! Go. Pull the trigger, man. How are you tonight,
Welcome.
Chanda?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I've just been another hell of a week. I mean, I've had 3 weeks in a row, and we've all had this shit. I mean, it's like, God, is it ever gonna stop? Or maybe we don't want it to stop. What? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Do we revel in it? No, I don't know.
I don't know. You want to say hi to the chats?
Hey, chats. You guys have been busy for a while. I've been watching the chats go off for about an hour before the show. Let's see who's hanging out. Barbara Bartleson, Sirius 1976. I got to say, you two are among our diehards. Thank you so much to everybody who's been supporting us for so long. Chili Love, Anthony, Raw, so many of you guys. I love this community. It's so amazing. I went back, Oz, I'm feeling a little nostalgic. I went back and watched a lot of the beginning Beauty and the Boomers on Uphill. I was even shocked we even started on Uphill. I was like, what? But just seeing who was there in the chats hanging out when, we had 10 people, it's awesome. So many.
It is great. We got Riley Martin.
Uncle Warren.
Riley Martin was first in the Rockfin. Hey, Riley. Fred Edward. Hey, what's up, Jim? Hey, Rem. I got suckered into going out to dinner.
Oh.
Catch you later. Good night. Good in the night. And A-Rim, that was a super Ray. Thank you, A-Rim, so much. And I hope you have a good dinner. Don't choke on any bones. Fred Edward again. Kate. Hey, Kate. Time to clean up the kitchen. My Bluetooth and other devices powered up. See you at 7654.
Yay, I do that too.
Barbara.
Get my speaker out.
Yeah.
Listen to my favorite fams and do whatever I'm trying to get done.
I was listening to you on one of my favorite fam show last night. That was the Fearlessly Authentic. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a blast. It was so much fun. I got to hang out with Steve and Lucky Burrito. And yeah, we shot the shit. We just talked about everything, politics and conspiracies and life in general. And, it was a great conversation. Yeah, I had a blast.
Now, I've been called a conspiracy theorist all week on some places. And it's like, what's the conspiracy? We're assholes.
Yeah, almost every conspiracy I can think of, maybe not including like flat earth. Most of them I've freaking seen some like facts too. So.
Yeah, no, and like they were saying,
some truth.
Our sisters and brothers are saying, yeah, it's a conspiracy, and 6 months later, it's fact. I mean,
yeah, exactly, exactly.
No shit.
I'm so tired of saying "I told you so." I got a couple "I told you so"s on the deck.
Yes, you do, and I've got a couple too. Let's get this one across here. There's our stuff. It's
satire.
It is satire. Guys, remember that. Satire. Say it real quick. Satire. Yeah. And guess what tomorrow is?
First day of spring?
Tomorrow is the first day of spring. And what did Oz predict that he's going to have to make cope on? Say it didn't happen, but...
You got pretty damn close. And I think that it's just going to be a matter of days or weeks. But you had placed a bet that Fauci would be out before the first day of spring, right?
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna take a partial knee on this. However, we did find this little gem this week, and it says, Fauci hints he may retire soon as Rand Paul works to get him fired. And that was 3/18/22. So, that's good enough. I just said he'd be out. I didn't say necessarily.
Oh, he's on his way out. I think we can all agree to that.
Yeah, he is. They've muted him. I did see him pop up again, his ugly head this week on a couple of shows, but he's been pretty quiet as of late. And
don't worry, they're concocting something for us.
Yeah, do I need a ring here on my little finger? Do I need to do this
right
like that? So,
yeah, no, it's
yeah. So anyway, Oz was wrong, but Jesus, isn't that kind of a coincidence? I called it before the first day of spring, and this is what we're getting. So at least it's heading in the right direction.
He's old. He's tired. He's carried the nation on his back.
Are you talking about me or Fauci? Probably me. Richie Medhurst. Richie Medhurst just a couple hours ago. You gotta love Richie. I mean, he's been killing it. So far, we've had Condoleezza Rice, Joe Biden, and former British Prime Minister Gordon Brown calling Putin a war criminal. Remember, these are all the people who supported the invasion of Iraq with the war on terror, which we are still living through. Talk about hypocrisy. I think that's the epitome of hypocrisy right there. I mean,
absolutely.
Jesus Christ. Those two... And how many names are missing from that list? I'd like.
So there's a shit ton of Democrats that are missing from that list.
Oh, God, yes. God, yes. We've got this one, Primo, Norway, Russia. Ed Markey, breaking incredible news. The United States has just passed permanent daylight savings time. And Primo says, sir, how out of touch is Congress? Yeah, that's pretty damn out of touch. And I did want to point out, I grabbed this today. Did you know there's a hybrid Rachel Maddow?
Who is that?
That is Sammy Cedar. Sammy Cedar. I think that's a great Rachel Maddow.
Yes.
Yeah. Credit to whoever used the Reface app. It wasn't me.
Right.
So, it's the way it goes. I have a contest here that I thought was pretty cool here about an hour and a half ago. But first place, Uncle Warren knocked it out of the park. This is vacation pictures. And they snapped vacation pictures of none other than President Zelensky. And Uncle Warren over at Wadir Entertainment got first place. Good job. Nice. We need to get sound effects in here. Yay,
yeah,
Warren.
We do.
Good job. And second place goes to Chris Legion. Great job there, Chris. There's Zelensky and the Millennium Falcon with the crew. And coming in third place is Uncle Warren again with forecasting high temperatures. Third place. Well done, Uncle Warren. And I think Reef and a few others are doing this. They're having a lot of fun with it. So congratulations, guys. You get the shout outs for the great chromes when you go on vacation.
Excellent.
And we do have a PSA from Chanda here.
I forgot about this.
This is a great PSA. This is would you call this advice? What is this, Chanda?
It's advice, I guess.
It's advice, you guys.
Can we hear it, or do you just read it?
No, I'm going to play it. You can hear it because I went the extra mile. And
Okay.
I produced this puppy if I can get my mouse to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, there we go. Check it out. Advice from Chanda. Always take advice from Chanda. I do.
There are 5 common forms of disrespect that I want you to start calling out. When you call it out, not only are you respecting yourself, but you're also going to get a little boost of confidence. Number 1, that friend who's constantly running late. You know the one. They're always 15 minutes late. I'm sorry. They're disrespecting your time. Call it out. Number 2, backhanded compliments aren't compliments at all. They're a form of disrespect, so call it out. Number 3, pressure. Pressure to do things that you don't feel like doing. No is a complete sentence. If somebody keeps pressuring you, call it out. It's disrespect. 4, somebody who's constantly on their phone as you're talking, that's not multitasking. That's a form of disrespect. Call it out. And number 5, the person that talks over you. They are disrespecting you when they interrupt you and talk over you. No one's going to respect you until you respect yourself enough to call it out.
God.
No, I talk over you all the time is why I sent this to you.
Well, you don't really. I mean, other than the Dr. Ruth accent that you had there, it wasn't quite Dr. Ruth. What was it? A cross between Dinah Shore and Dr. Ruth? And people probably don't even know who the hell Dinah Shore is.
It reminded me of Anne Heche. Is that her name?
Anne
the
Heche?
chick that used to be with Ellen.
Oh yeah, the blonde one.
Yeah.
She was like
me of-
missing. Yeah, that does remind me of Anne Heche. She ended up going cuckoo for a while, and she was missing.
Yeah,
for a day
well,
or
I'll
so.
just say Ellen was not a very nice person. And when you go hear the true story of what happened to her, I feel bad for her.
Who, Ellen or Anne Heche?
Anne Heche, Ellen broke her brain.
Well, Ellen's broken a lot of people's brains, but, in the cruel way of things.
And she recovered. So.
And we have something special tonight. I don't know if you guys want to continue doing this, but Oz brought a cartoon. And did you saw this cartoon? You liked it, didn't you, Shannon?
I did take a
Okay, we have cartoons for boomers and on down. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I had fun with this. So.
Oh, and he lives.
Enter. Is it worth the risk? Not for the goose. There we go. Anyway, I hope you guys like that. That was a little fun little diversion.
That was cute. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fun little diversion. I think I brought this the other day. Pretty boy over there in Canada. David Dole fell out of watching Russell Brand, and this breakdown showcases why Brand's descent into madness. And Dan says, Dole has to be among the top 5 dumbest shit libs on Twitter. Amazing when you consider that even cracking the top 10 is insanity is a tall order. I have to absolutely agree. I used to follow that guy. We used to bring some of his stuff on, but
I saw some of it today and I had to laugh like, oh my God, we actually used to feature Dole. But Dole was talking about the election. And, you know, we were mid-election back then. Believe me, we haven't brought Dole since way before the election.
Yeah, I think where we broke the alliance there was when he's bullshit and talking shit about force the vote. I think that's what it was.
I think we ditched him long before Force the Vote.
Really?
I'm trying to think it was something else. Yeah.
But
Force the Vote definitely was nail in the coffin.
Oh yeah, and I think he's spooning with TYT and some,
he is. What was it the other day? He was with maybe Jordan or somebody. You know, I was like, oh God, that's a shit fest.
Yeah, I mean, shit. But he lost a lot of subs or followers, and you know, I don't wish bad things on people, but people, you know, when they talk shit and they can't even reasonably have a discussion without sniping you, and there's been a lot of snipers out there lately, so.
Oh God, yeah. You know, when you repeat the you know mainstream narrative, you have to question: am I really, you know, breaking free of the system and above it?
Yeah, it's really tough. It's
I kind of fixed this one up for you.
Okay, you fixed it. Okay, so I'll let you go. Bakari Sellers.
Barry Sellers says, I think we will look back and recognize not electing Hillary Clinton was one of the most consequential failures in our country's history. It's fundamentally put democracy in peril.
Oh, fuck.
And then I found this meme that I'd had stashed because I literally have thousands and thousands of memes. And this was from 2016. Gives Putin 20% U.S. uranium for 145 million, had a campaign manager who got 35 million from Putin and pretends Putin prefers Trump. Yeah.
And who was that campaign manager?
Oh, that would be Uma Abedin. You might know her as the Wiener's wife.
Oh God, how can you? She never did take. She never.
We featured the Wiener last week. Remember, he's making a comeback.
Yeah, he's making a comeback, and he wouldn't answer direct questions, even to Sean Hannity.
Have you changed? I don't
know. I don't know. Maybe.
I think so. I hope so.
Maybe I changed. Maybe I'm not a child, whatever it was. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we know.
How are we doing over there in this? Oh wow. God, we got 3,100 over there on the on the YouTubes, and Oz was on the convo couch with Gonzalo Lira, and I will not leave before he gives a mention of this brave man in Kharkov. Yeah, very, very brave.
That was a great interview. I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, that was bombs were going off in the background, and he didn't have a camera, but you know. Probably best the stream probably would have fluctuated a little bit.
I appreciated, you know, the little bit of pushback Pasta gave about the few topics that we definitely didn't agree or see eye to eye on, but it was a great interview. Yeah,
no,
that's how you talk to somebody, you know.
Let's just say I was giving him when I'm in the green room engineering, I do this motion thumbs up or out of the park or all this stuff.
You do it for me too.
Yeah, so that's my gig and other than engineering, but yeah. I did a lot more thumbs up than I did anything else, so that was pretty good interview. So what are you?
I got a technical issue. One of my monitors just crashed.
Oh no!
It's okay. I just got to get behind it and figure out why.
Okay, I'm going to play a boomer blast while you do that. Got it. This is a boomer blast that I did today. We do these once in a while, boomer blasts. We hope you like them. And I got to stand in for Jack Nicholson.
I love this boomer blast.
And I had a lot of fun with this one. Kind of made my day. It's what I was thinking about looking at my studio this week.
Now, folks, it's sock it to me time.
Sock it to me.
Sock it to me, honey.
Well,
is that Obama?
I've never been bored before.
I knew it.
That's Goldie Oz. There's Amber, and there's Fee.
Fee, yeah.
And there's Chanda again. Judy Carn.
to me, sock it to me, sock it to me.
Sock it to yourself.
Sock it to me.
Richard Nixon Pasta Jardula. Richard Nixon Pasta Jardula. God, that was the best reface. Let me get it up here so we can get a look at him again. Let me get it back there. Isn't that a great reface of him?
Yeah, Nixon Pasta is
Nixon
the best.
Pasta. I forewarned him today. I said I was going to reface him on Richard Nixon. So that wasn't the blast I was thinking of. I've got another blast that I'm refaced on Jack Nicholson, but it's coming up. But I think that was a pretty good one. Bad. LOL. Jelly. Hi, Jelly. Laughing was great, and I'm going to try and clip some stuff. And I thought, you know, to honor Goldie, I thought I'd put my face on, or she honored me, so I put my face on her body.
I like Goldie Oz.
Goldie Oz was a lot of fun. So
Pasta Nixon, yeah.
Pasta Nixon. And what you brought breaking news? What the hell's going on here?
Breaking. So if you haven't heard this week, the Hunter Biden laptop is confirmed to be real.
Oh, really? It's
no
real.
Way.
No,
Yeah.
Shanda, it can't be real. They called us conspiracy theorists and liars, making this shit up.
October 16th, 2020. Yeah, we knew it was real. We got up early one morning and busted in through some Chinese freaking sites, and we found it and we watched it. Yeah, we confirmed it was actually Hunter Biden and that there was no way this shit was made up. And we told you that.
Yeah.
You guys know.
Yeah.
You knew.
Yeah, it was brutal, and it really turned me off of foot fetishes too. So here we go.
Or M&M's. Didn't he have M&M's?
This is a massive win for the people, I guess, who were censored. And first among them is Miranda Devine, who was censored when she tried to tell the truth before the election. She's the author of The Laptop from Hell, columnist of the New York Post. We're happy to have her join us tonight. Miranda, how does this feel to have the New York Times admit that you were right all along?
Well, it's kind of delicious to see them sort of squirming around.
Did she
trying
say
to admit
delicious?
the obvious. But
Delicious.
if you're a reader of the New York Post or a viewer of Fox News, you knew this 16 months ago. You didn't need
So did we.
the great New York Times to tell you that it was true and that they'd authenticated the emails. We already did that. And we published
Barbara Bartleson says,
stories that were real.
I think I accidentally knocked out Bass Adams with my wrench. Can you get her back in?
Unfortunately, the New York Times readers have been kept in the dark by their newspaper, their organ of choice.
I don't see
and that
her.
was for deliberate reasons. It was because they wanted Donald Trump to lose the 2020 election. So all journalistic ethics and standards went out the window. And there doesn't matter how you try and dress it up now and pretend that you just found out, even if you didn't have the laptop, as you know, because you interviewed Tony Bobolinsky at the time, he was a patriot, a hero who stood up against his own interests to tell the world the truth about Joe Biden and about his influence peddling, the way he abused his power to make money from foreign countries at the expense of America's national interest. And we're now reaping the spoils of that. And I think, ultimately what we need to know now that we're all on the same page, now that we agree that reality is reality, what do we do next? And I think the next step is to actually look at the evidence of wrongdoing by the president and his family, obviously, but he's the important one, that's contained in the laptop, and do something about it.
And throw off the censorship regime that began that day when they censored you, they knocked Parler off the internet. We've never really recovered from that. I mean, everything we say is now censored and no one says anything about it.
And we're back.
Yeah. So, there you go. It's been confirmed that, oh, hey, turns out it was real.
Did we get Vic back?
I don't know. That's what I was looking at. Did we get Vic back in? I think she might have accidentally it's easy to do, Barbara. Don't beat yourself up. It happens. I've actually done it on my phone a couple of times where you just click too many times and somebody's gone. But we have to literally I have to log into our YouTube studio in order to go find out if she's lost somewhere.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about this next one, and I will see if I can get it back?
I know I've known since day one, like I said, that this was not, that this was real, that it wasn't fucking faked or, it wasn't a setup. So we called it on that day, and I went back and found the original clip of us. We were still on uphill at the time. That's how old this story is. And this is, I think, the dive. Yeah, this is the daily dive. This is when we used to do daily shows. And we have a couple of extra guests with us, and that's Christine, the natural prepper, and Lynn Idahosa from Federal Way.
The Black Collective.
Black Collective, that's right.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were having a conversation about it. So I brought a few short clips.
So there was a couple of points in that clip. One of them is American censorship. I mean, Twitter has shut off the account of the New York Post, one of the oldest publications in our country. And not only that, Americans are Googling, can I change my vote? So there's definitely buyer's remorse going on. Yeah, the censorship has backfired on them. We've seen the videos, we've seen the tapes, and there is no denying that it's Hunter Biden because it is Hunter Biden. That's why they're not denying it.
Yeah, and then you have Anna Kasparian on TYT sitting there defending censorship. Are you fucking kidding me?
They'll come for her next, dumb beaver.
What did Justin Bieber? Did you say Justin Bieber or what did you say?
No, I called her a dumb beaver. They'll come for you next, you dumb beavers. I'm trying to figure out where we can go save Bass Adams at. I don't know. I'm working on it though.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Keep working on it.
Yeah.
Keep working.
So here's the last clip of that. There's just a short, like 40-seconder.
Okay, let's try it.
Right. So I think this is going to come back to bite Biden in the ass. If Biden does get elected, the Republicans have got a full deck, a full hand that they can go after Biden with these corruption tapes. And I think that they could bring validity to it and actually impeach him and make it stick where the Democrats just half-assed impeach.
That'd be nice.
She's not on the list.
What?
I do not see Bass Adams on the list of hidden users. So I think
she's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too.
Then I won't look at it right now.
It's in the community under settings. So
all right. Jimmy Dore. What's this?
Jimmy Dore, he's talking about it too. I mean, come on, this has been the biggest story all week.
I thought the biggest story this week was that India bought oil from Russia in rupees.
Right.
That's not a good thing.
No, absolutely not.
For the petrodollar. Let's check out and see what Jimmy's got to say here.
Hunter Biden's story is Russian disinfo. Dozens of former intel. So you remember Hunter Biden left his laptop at a repair shop, and then it got revealed, and there was all this sensitive information on it. And Glenn Greenwald wanted to write a story about it at The Intercept, and they wouldn't let him publish it. And if you remember, Twitter shut down New York Post web Twitter account because they wanted to also tell the story about Hunter. And so they said it was Russian disinformation, just like this.
Well, it was the election year, so you can't risk.
So it was right before the election, so they did censorship. So Glenn Greenwald quit The Intercept over it.
Yeah.
Twitter shut down the New York Post Twitter feed, and the story got suppressed. It was taken off Facebook, everywhere. It was supposed to be a fake story. Dozens of former intelligence officials say that the Hunter Biden's it's Russian disinformation. Wow, dozens of intelligence officials say this? That's how you know it's extra not true.
It's like an inverse proportion.
Yes.
As we're up in the dozens, that's the less true it becomes.
So get this is a new story. This is a story from, what's the date on? March 16th. Hunter Biden paid tax bill, but broad federal investigation continues. The Justice Department inquiry into the business dealings of the president's son has remained active, with the grand jury seeking information about payments from around the world. So he's big. It was so true that they're investigating him. But wait a minute, it gets better. First of all, Hunter paid his tax bill, it says. Come on. Why keep kicking a guy when he's down? Just leave the man to his art. Can't a Navy veteran Ukraine oilman just paint in peace?
Yeah, this whole Ukrainian war is really showing who the oligarchs in America are and, you know, what they're really over there fighting for. This week, we've learned almost every single major big player has got some fucking nepotistic kid that's getting a check out of the Ukraine. Kerry, Pelosi, you know, Biden, they've all got their kids. They've got a huge stake in Ukraine. It is an American stake. It's their stake.
Yeah, yeah, it's a mess. It's going to continue to be a mess, and
oh, it's getting worse, and
yeah.
we'll talk about that because Elon Musk has now got involved. You know, he's a CIA.
Yeah, I heard he was top of the hill again. He's got 229 billion. Or something like that.
Yeah, because he can do something for them, you know. So the biolabs in the Ukraine are funded by the American people, and the biggest investor is a company called Rosemount Seneca, a company founded in 2009 by Hunter Biden and Christopher Haynes. Christopher Haynes is John Kerry's son. Meadow Biota is the insurance company.
And here, one of our mutual associates was telling me that biolab thing has been debunked for a long time.
What the hell are you talking about? It was never debunked. They
never
put
debunked.
A false smear campaign out saying this is fake news. And then they sold their own selves out when they sent up fucking what's her name to say that she was worried that Russians were going to capture all of our data in the Ukraine labs. So right there, they admitted there was labs 2 days after they said there's no labs.
There is no labs. I just Victoria Newland kind of would take exception to that. Now you brought another reject from the Hair Club for Men. That's
oh, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love
probably
this one.
gonna love it. Now this is Brian. Brian, is it Stelzer or Seltzer?
Seltzer. I don't know. I just know he's got an AKA that's Lady Divine.
Yeah, I think he's worried about losing his job because they're going to be hacking these guys out of there pretty soon. But let's hear what Brian Steltzer's got to say. Chief propagandist, and not a very good one at that, over at CNN.
It's the worst.
There is anything real in them.
Yeah, but that didn't stop any from reporting the Mueller and the dossier and all that stuff.
You're bitter. I understand that you have a lot of resentment about it.
Now we have ethics. Okay, now we
have Don't you dare act like newsrooms didn't have ethics in 2017 and 2018.
Well, I know they
didn't.
Well, you can don't dare me all you want, Brian. I've been doing this for 30 years. So say whatever you want. It's my view. And I have a right to say it. I was invited on the
view is that the news media was unethical with Mueller?
I would say one at a time. I don't quite get what
it's my view.
Let me bring in Sarah Fisher, and then I want to move on to Google briefly. But go on, Sarah.
I think this conversation is so critical, even though it can get tense. It's actually a matter of, can you have two things be true at once? Can you have a story that needs scrutiny from all outlets because we don't know whether or not it's true, right? Because we're all trying to figure out whether or not the story is true, and we deserve to do that. But we also need to think about the bigger picture, which is, God forbid, this story was tied to some sort of bigger disinformation effort to penetrate our elections. We also need to consider that. And that's why I think it's critical that you're not just seeing, you got to see the forest through the trees. You got to look at this particular story about the Hunter Biden.
Yeah, but no one looked through the forest through the trees with the president. I mean, it's always one-sided. Now it's time to look at the forest. All I'm saying is let's do it universally, okay? I didn't discard the Mueller stuff. I was much more skeptical because I knew the sourcing. And I knew where I came from on Capitol Hill, where I have stood in the building for the past few decades. I had real reason to doubt that stuff, and I constantly did. And it turned out a lot of it was a bunch of bunk. So
when you say Mueller stuff, there are people in prison.
That skepticism. We have to. Even now with the Biden
Who's in
stuff,
prison? One fucking person.
Don't ignore it.
Okay, Susan, let's just Brian come back in this, and then I'm going to ask Tony to help us through the Google case. Brian, go ahead.
I agree with you. It should not be ignored, but I think there's a difference between reporters looking into it in their newsrooms versus going on the air with it when it's unvetted. And what we're in right now is
break. You never did that
when
with
it's
Trump
unvetted.
Stuff. That's just BS.
Hang on a second, Susan. Go ahead, Brian.
Susan, you have no idea how this newsroom operates.
If you both speak, we can't hear either of you. Brian, go ahead.
I understand. Let me just say briefly, it's grievance politics. It comes from the right. It happens every day. Newsrooms in America are very careful about this stuff. Viewers and readers don't see it, but it happens every day. Slow, cautious vetting happens every day.
Oh my God! Do you believe that horse shit?
Oh, what a bunch of horse shit!
Oh my God, that was terrible, terrible. What the hell?
Yeah.
It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I sent VS Dams an email just to see if she
Good.
has
Okay. Okay.
I have no way of getting in there right now, but what I do.
We don't want anybody to ever feel slighted. And as a mod, I work over on Convo Couch along with Jilly and quite a few others, Gamer, and over there it's weird because you have to approve the comments that trip the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
And plus you have trolls that come in with visceral fucking
all the
hate
time.
So you're constantly, you don't want to censor anybody. We don't want anybody in any chat to ever feel like we're censoring them, because that's what we're not about. We are the complete opposite. So, but we're trying to do them fast so that way you guys don't feel like we're holding them. Because, if you type something and then it takes 30 seconds for somebody to approve it, you're like, what the hell happened to my comment?
Yeah, and it goes so fast, it's easy to misfire. It's happened.
And then boom, you got 3 more that need approved. And we don't have that here. Thank God we fly under the radar.
Yeah,
we
do.
We don't have an algorithm checking our
for
chat.
the most part. Absolutely. And I've got to tell you, Chanda, I have only bounced one person in the last 6 months. And it was because of the crudity and the horrible things that they said.
I bounced a couple over on Convo the other day that used the C word.
It's just
going after Fee. Like, no, you can't
horrible.
come in here with hate, total hate.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, no, that's that. And honestly, I don't have a lot of time to monitor it because I'm octopusing
our
everything
mods
else.
are amazing. Jilly Love and Gamer and so many that are just right there. Lucky. I mean, they're on it.
No, we appreciate our mods, and accidents happen.
Hey, Jim, we got your email about Richard Brand, and I don't disagree, but I don't fully agree.
Oh, Russell Brand about that.
Yeah, Russell Brand.
Yeah. No, I get that too. Again,
there's questions like, okay, what the hell?
No, absolutely. And SF Thomas.
But he's speaking truth. So.
Is SF in there? I don't see SF.
I don't see.
Anyway, I'd like to know whether you got that little letter I sent you there, SF Thomas. Just checking out that address, making sure it works, or somebody's got some splaining to do down at the post office.
Right. We've tried multiple times.
Yeah. So anyway, here we go. We've got a Boomer Blast here, and I get to play Jack Nicholson. I really put my heart into it this week because, like I said, it's been a rough month. So
I know today. Yeah.
Oh God, it's been a tough one.
Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
You scream well.
I know.
Looks like you're laughing. Oh no. What are you gonna do, Chanda?
What am I gonna do?
I would have snuck over there and stuck that knife right in his eye socket.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, I think I nailed that one. Ow! My hand, Chanda. How could you do such a thing? Anyway, that was our little.
Kind of creepy. I gotta say, kind of creepy.
I gotta do the creepy ones too. I mean, it goes with the show.
Creepy.
Goes with the show. We've got, what do we got here? Oh, you brought a. Is this South Park? This is South Park. I never got into South Park.
I'm sorry. I thought the left would be against World War III.
Oh yeah, so did I. So did everybody else. And I see you've got me depicted well there in my underwear, but the rest of it, I have hair, so I'm using a wig. So I got the hell beat out of me on that. Then we've got this one right here, which is, I think I brought this one. This is MSNBS. Chris Hayes. Kremlin itself sees Tucker as a useful asset, according to leaked documents translated by Mother Jones. Now, what do you think about the veracity of those documents translated by Mother Jones via Chris Hayes?
Right.
Give me a break. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Put them in the outhouse for extra toilet paper.
Yeah, the Kremlin itself sees Tucker as a useful asset, according to leaked documents translated by Mother. Yeah, they probably said, well, at least one person's trying to say partial truth, where the rest of them are lying through their teeth. That's probably what they interpreted that as being.
As a rule of thumb, don't ever listen to anything that Chris says, and don't listen to anything that MSNBS has to fucking say.
Never. I mean, they're making Fox blush these days.
Oh, yeah,
those guys are. And I want to remind you once again, with the White House press briefing that goes to all these reporters.
She's been song and dancing since the Hunter laptop dropped.
The increase and the anticipated continued increase, which is, I think, what some of your colleagues were asking about, that is a direct result of the invasion of Ukraine. And also, there was an anticipation
I love the sound. That's all I hear when I see her.
I know. Right?
I mean, she's every bit as bad as Condoleezza Rice, as Nazi Barbie, as the rest of them. So don't even go there with me. I think Jen Psaki's actually worse.
She is.
I think she actually is worse. Now, did you bring a profile of a scumbag here?
I did, and it's definitely a scumbag. And this was Biden on St. Patty's Day.
No.
Yes.
On Bigosh and Bigora. Here we go. Oh shit.
Father, before I begin, bless me, Father, for I'm about to sin.
So funny.
Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter.
Hello? That's not funny!
Before I introduce them, I got this message this morning from Bono. And most of us, we're always, whether we're in Ireland or here, or whatever it is, Bono has been a very Irish part of our lives. And he said, Ireland's sorrow and pain is now the Ukraine, and St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Oh my God!
Well, you like that, Father?
No, sir. I didn't like it.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, it gets worse.
I'm glad Jill went and got him.
That was a close one.
I'm glad Jill went and got him before he took a sniff dive in between that
He
girl's
was going to
breasts.
take a sniff dive, and Jill saw it, and she was like, "You're going to come with me."
Yeah, come with me before you get in trouble, Joey.
Yeah.
You're gonna
What a doofus. I agree, Steve. What a
my
doofus.
God, that guy is something else. Here,
Uncle Sniffy.
Uncle. Now, you brought one the other day. I think I got this from you. How to fix your mental health. Stop being poor, right?
Yeah, stop being poor. Just
buy
stop being poor.
Buy that damn Tesla. Buy that damn
Buy
Tesla.
that Tesla.
Now,
I don't know what's holding you back.
Now, did you doll this one up? Is this you or Linda?
No, somebody else dolled this up, but I thought it was pretty. And I just want to remind everybody that Julian Assange and Stella are getting married on March 23rd. So a couple days. Yay.
That's what is that?
I mean, bittersweet. Yay, sad, but.
That's Thursday. They're getting married then. So I think, yeah. Tomorrow's first.
So this next story, Oz, is something we kind of tiptoed around for a long time, but now it's mainstream. So I have to talk about it.
Is this JP?
This is JP.
Did you put this in or did I put this in?
I think I put this in. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
All right. It might not be. Hold on. Let me fire it up. You let me know.
Good evening. Tonight we'll answer the most pressing questions going on in your manipulated mind. Like, what's going on with the pandemic? Did it accidentally end?
No, I
What's
put
the
this one in.
latest? And where is Anthony Fauci? It seems like he disappeared. We'll answer all these questions while making you less of a person tonight. Let's get into it. After 2 years of appearing weekly in major mainstream media mind manipulation outlets, Dr. Fauci has seemingly disappeared altogether from the public spotlight. Why? I mean, he is a man altruistically informing the nation about the science on a very serious topic. They couldn't just remove him and his great contributions from the equation. That would put hundreds of millions of lives at risk. Well, it turns out the tyrants use their useful idiots until such idiot no longer furthers their cause. They'll then dispose of them, as these people do not function on loyalty, honesty, and love. They function on manipulation, deception, and control. And as Fauci now replaces Where's Waldo as the most hidden person in the world, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan has called for an investigation into Fauci if the Republicans regain the majority in November's elections. And I'm sure they will, as we have such fair elections that the side that keeps winning has all but outlawed free speech that questions election integrity. So you know it'll be a fair election. But what would they investigate Anthony Fauci about? Like, are they accusing him of protecting the public too well? Well, believe it or not, no. In Jim Jordan's words, they would investigate all the lies, the misinformation, and the disinformation from Dr. Anthony Fauci and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention with regards to the COVID-19 pandemic. Translated, I think that means they'd investigate him for putting the public's interest ahead of his own best interest, because the guy is so selfless. I just hope he sold all his Moderna stock last week before it crashed.
Yeah, I'm sure he got something else that is going to be up and coming.
Yeah, does JP, does he like work out all the time? And you know,
he does yoga. I know he does a great amount of yoga.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, he's very health conscious.
I like the lacy underwear there. It's I think I had some of that one time. Similar.
Yeah, it's one of his better looks, I think.
Yeah, I think it is too. CDC says it accidentally inflated children's COVID death numbers in coding logic error.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Well, we need a certain number to hit a certain number before we can go beg the FDA to give us total fucking immunity. So that way we never have to answer for anything. But we don't have enough dead kids. So let's just add, I don't know, 25%. We could take them away later.
Folks, that's called cooking the books.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
But now they need a booster for kids, so they'll be cooking the numbers
and
again.
That's coming from the Daily Caller, which is
I know, right? That's why I was a little shocked. Like, what? Even the Daily Caller? But it was mainstream media. They just, I saw the video. They were like, "Oh, we did a reporting error, and so we're going to adjust it."
So what are they trying to win back some credibility, or what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because that makes them credible, right?
You brought this meme.
Yeah, when it is the final day of winter and you're waiting for severe illness and death. Yeah, remember it was going to be a long, cold winter of death.
Yeah.
And it was for some. I will say that
No,
it was.
It was. I mean, how many? 6 million? They're counting. Is that what they're saying? But
yeah, mortality rates are up by 40% in 2 years and 6 million and counting.
Yeah. So here's the thing. All those were contributed to COVID or to side effects or something like that. Okay.
Doesn't matter as long as
they're dead and they get their reimbursement.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay. Just checking. This news flash here. All we have to offer you are platitudes, but you will vote for us again. I don't think so. I think
No, and that's where they're going to fuck up. The Dems are going to, again, offer us absolute fucking pile of shit from their pile of shit cabinet. Let's see, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, brush them off, name them, we know who they are. And yeah, it's going to leave Democrats going, well, fucking Republicans better than this.
Well, this is where our guest, Gonzalo Lira, He thinks that the Democrats are going to do something hanky.
I do too.
In the
And
next
I've
election
said this.
cycle. Yeah, I know you have. I'm still saying they're going to get slaughtered, but
no, I think they'll try something hanky. Gerald Ford said, what, in 1975? Remember that clip I brought a couple of months ago, where he predicted that it's going to be a woman getting into the White House by default. It's not going to be by election, is how the first female president will happen. And it'll be because of a death or some circumstances where she moves in. And there's many scenarios we can play out where, you know, Biden goes, maybe this laptop actually turns into something, you know, maybe that's why it's resurfacing and bubbling to the top, is because they're going to use it to say, oh, no, you helped your son out. Okay. They're going to impeach him. And then, we got to have a new vice president. And, Hillary Clinton, you're available. Thank you. Come sit in.
There's too much of a paper trail going on. And I don't see why the president should be excluded of conflict of interest issues when he's signing
Nobody gives a shit about conflict of interest anywhere in the fucking Congress or Senate anymore. I mean, nobody, they all get away with it. They're all stuffing their bank accounts. They all have offshore accounts. I mean, their kids are all fucking rich.
You tell us how you really feel. You look kind of angry there.
It does. It totally pisses me off, the nepotism. And,
elitism. Didn't he just write another $800 million check and send it over to Ukraine?
Who?
Biden.
Oh yeah, didn't we? Well, we gave him $1 billion. I thought.
I thought it was even more than that. I thought they were slated to get more, but so the big gag going around Thursday was was Biden just bought universal health care for Ukraine and
free college
and free college. And you know, I don't think it was as big a gag as the reality of it might be. So
no, it isn't a fucking gag, just like Israel. Who do you think pays for their universal health care in freaking colleges? That would be us.
Yeah,
the American taxpayers.
Yeah, if you want to break down the numbers and say, well, they could use it over here, they could use it over there, and do the Macarena and move it around here and over there, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I absolutely.
And that's really what the world is about, right? You know, as peons, as workers, the producers. We don't have a say in it, whether we vote or not, of what's happening, or if we support war or don't. You know, this next story, I've been watching this for a couple of weeks now, and this guy does videos on super yachts. Like, he's from, I want to say Norway, and he's very into the world super yachts. So he breaks them down. He does videos on them, how big they are, where they were built, how they were built, what they have on them, and who owns them. Well, right now there is fucking super yachts all around the globe that are scrambling to get to safe ports that won't sanction and arrest them. So with all these sanctions, we went after the Russian oligarchs, right? And so these boats are in port in one place, and that government is an ally of NATO. They're boarding the boat. They want to see the fucking paperwork, who owns it, and if it has any links to anybody that's on that sanction list, they're seizing the boat. So there's all these boats that are running, and they have their responder beacons off, so they can't find them on the globe. And when I mean super fucking yacht, these are some of the most expensive yachts on the planet. This is a suspected Putin yacht that got stopped yesterday.
How do you arrest a yacht?
They arrest them. That's what they call it. They put the boat under arrest.
Okay. You're under arrest.
Yeah. Come with me.
Come with me.
This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
There is such a thing. Super Yacht News. Wow.
Yep.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Big news day today.
He looks like Pat.
I'm going to get straight into it. So,
like
Motor Yacht Crescent, a vessel that I talked about pretty recently in a video entitled, Is This Putin's Super Yacht?, has been arrested in Spain. So the vessel is in Tarragona in Spain, which is near Barcelona.
What's the cut on this, dear?
And the vessel's been there
like 3 minutes
for quite a while, actually. It's been there since the 2nd of November last year.
Tell me when the cut you want.
And it was arrested today by Spanish authorities. This is a couple of days after the Spanish Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, said that more vessels will be arrested after those. There was a rash of vessels yesterday, or a couple of days ago, that got arrested. And he said more was to come. And this is obviously one of those. Now, the vessel is 135 meters in length, or 444 feet. It was delivered by Lursen in 2018, and it's 9,200 gross tons. So it is a big yacht. It's one of the biggest yachts in the world. She actually requested to leave on the 4th of March, but she never did. And we don't know why that is, but it's possible that they never received clearance to leave.
the vessel has been linked to Vladimir Putin himself via his right-hand man, Igor Sechin, who's known as the de facto deputy in Russia.
Igor.
Putin appointed him as the chairman of the Russian state oil company Rosneft in 2004. So the super yacht was detained. It wasn't an arrest like Dilbar was arrested. So Dilbar was arrested because they connected it with Alisher Usmanov and they arrested it for that reason. This has been arrested for the opposite reason because they've been unable to determine who actually owns this vessel. So they've arrested it until the vessel can provide evidence that shows that it is not owned by Igor Sechin because he's being sanctioned by the EU, or whoever is on the list, they can be proved that he actually does own it and that he's not already sanctioned as well.
You can cut it there.
But a source in the Spanish police.
Wow. I didn't even know.
Yes, it's crazy. I mean, that's just one. You can go to this guy. It's Sysman's super yacht. So just type in, super yachts. You'll find him. Every day he's breaking down which ones of these super yachts are getting seized and boarded, where they're at globally. Some of them have their GPSs on. A lot of them don't. So they think that maybe there's a mass meeting of them where they're kind of shepherding each other into an area where they won't be seized and trying to figure out which countries will let them in without grabbing them. Now, this is where the true war is fought at, is when you're fucking with somebody's major assets, right? I mean, we're talking about the world's big time players, right? And, I take your yacht and then you take my oil, and it doesn't matter if we wave our Ukraine flags, that influences anything. It's the super players and what they want to do.
Well, let's make a game before Parker Brothers gets it and bastardizes it. Can't we build a game?
Call it Oligarch Battleship or something?
Call it the American Aristocrats of 2022.
I seize your ships. Yeah, it's like a mix of Risk and Battleship.
And Stratego.
Stratego.
Yeah, that would be fun. Speaking of fun, Anthony Blinken. CI says this happens next while we're censoring anyone who questions it. And Sister Fiorella says, change every time he says Russia to the U.S. and it's 1,000% correct. Thank you, Sister Fee. Let's give it a listen.
That's a good one.
Let's try it. This is a game.
Again today, we have a strong sense of what Russia could do next.
America.
We believe that Moscow may be setting the stage to use a chemical weapon
USA.
and then falsely
America.
blame Ukraine to justify escalating its attacks on the Ukrainian people. Manufacturing events,
that's scary.
Creating false narratives of genocide to justify greater use of military force is a tactic that Russia has used before, including in Georgia. We believe Russia will bring its mercenaries from private military groups and foreign countries to Ukraine. President Putin acknowledged as much over the weekend when he authorized the recruitment of additional forces from the Middle East and elsewhere. Another indication that his war effort is not going as he hoped it would.
Uh-oh.
They're also likely to systematically kidnap local officials and replace them with puppets.
Oh,
Again,
America.
This has already begun.
America.
Again, this has already been done.
Yeah, did you hear? Let me see. The Shah of Iran, the coup in 2014 in the Ukraine. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
Yeah, no, she's absolutely right. That was dead on, Fee.
Yeah,
That's scary. It's scary when you think about it because, we could be getting ready to release a chemical freaking false flag.
Where's my cousin Vinny? Everything that guy said is bullshit. So, yeah, exactly so. And we're going to be accused of
Lincoln is an oligarch. Absolutely.
We're going to be
war hawk.
Yeah, we're going to be accused of being Putin bots again. But we're not, because I don't like any of them. So there you go. Thank you, Sister Fee. What do we got here? This is
hilarious. So if you remember a couple of months ago, I brought a Portland City Council clip where a clown showed up and signed up for his 2 minutes of comment period. And just this week, they had another open comment period. Many people signed up, and this is freaking hilarious. So we'll just play like 3 minutes of it. It goes for like 6 minutes and it's hilarious. But at the end, I'll have to tell you guys what Ted Wheeler says at the end. It's hilarious.
By the way, I grew up in Portland. And my stomping ground was downtown Portland, and I was a hellraiser, and I'm blushing at what they're doing now.
Yeah, I bet.
Request of Mohammed Atahaya to address council regarding sanctuary city for refugees.
Good morning, Mohammed.
Hello, Mayor Ted Wheeler. I want to say on behalf of Taliban that you are the best mayor in United States of America. In other cities, law enforcement makes it tough for us to operate, but luckily in Portland, the mayor actually supports the right of Taliban. Our experience in cities like New York and Los Angeles have been rife with law enforcement and governmental issues. But in Portland, we are able to distribute our poppy to the people of Portland. Currently, the #1 place in America that we export all of our Afghani poppy is to Portland. As Taliban member, I promise to give the citizens of Portland the cleanest heroin known to men. We understand that Pfizer has the vaccine taken care of. So thank you, Mayor Wheeler, for letting the Taliban seller poppy to your people without getting in trouble. To all my other comrades that are watching this, remember, Andy No is the worst person ever. And Portland is the only place where racism is no longer exists. You are able to sell your poppy or smoke your methamphetamine or park your broken down car on the streets of our month at time without any interference.
Dylan, can we move to the next person? I don't think we need to sit here and listen to a racial parody. This is deeply offensive, and you should be ashamed. This is absolutely racist behavior on your part. Shame on you. Next individual, please. Item number 182.
Request of Edward Lindsay to address council regarding violence in the city.
Good morning, Edward.
Just keep going.
Can you hear me? Loud and clear. You sound good.
Okay, so I just want to say that Portland is the most beautiful city I've ever lived in. And I commend you for, I know it's stressful, with these, these right wingers are trying to infiltrate Portland. And, I always think of Portland and Seattle like as a city of art. And now, these right wingers are trying to say, oh, well, people are spray painting stuff and they're burning cars up. Well, I look at it as art. And that is not something to be ashamed of. It is a beautiful city. And, the only way to end this Ukraine thing, I just want to speak on that because we've been talking about this, is if we can all do our part and get vaccinated. Because there's so many people that are still not vaccinated. My grandmother was 95 years old and she died because those around her refused to get vaccinated because they're science deniers and conspiracy theorists. They believe that it's some depopulation goal by Bill Gates. Why in the world would somebody spend that much money to get vaccines out who is trying to hurt people?
He goes on for like 3 or 4 minutes, but basically the moral of the story is they've taken over the city council meetings in Portland. They're starting to bring in just a whole cast of characters, which I find hilarious because come on, the politicians are pretending that they are doing business for the people. So the people are pretending that they're actually coming and supporting their little games. So at the end of all this, Wheeler throws a fit and says, we have to do something about these public comment periods. We have to do it in a different way. And some of the other city councilors are like, yeah, this is ridiculous. And it's like, no, you guys are ridiculous. And that's the point.
That's the point. They're the ones that started the clown car rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly. So keep doing what you're doing down there in Portland. Yeah. I find it hilarious when we can mock their systems.
Yeah, and it is. And because we've been through those public comments, both of us, and it's a joke because if you go in there seriously, they just toss you in file 13. It's like next, they don't even acknowledge you. Anyway, I brought this one. Big banks ensure we stay in debt. Big pharma ensure we stay sick. Weapons manufacturers ensure we stay at war. Legacy media ensures you stay ignorant. Ditto, ditto, ditto. In government ensures it's all legal, and voting Republican or Democrat ensures it will all continue. I agree. Do you agree with that? I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
God,
duopoly.
yeah.
It's a duopoly. You're not voting for a team. You're voting for two separate entities of the same thing that's going on. They work for the same
voting
people.
for rot. Yeah, shit is shit.
Yeah, shit is shit. Now I had to bring a Richie here because he did a breakdown on this View stuff, and I'm sorry I even platformed them. But Richie makes his final comments about that horse shit that came out of Joy Behar's.
Yeah, I watched this. I'm so over their shit.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But let's give Richie his due, and we're platforming Richie Medhurst, and he nails it here, in my opinion. Oops. Let's see if I can get him back. Get him back. Don't.
Not the white card.
I shoved him off the deck.
Again, you have the liberals, neoconservatives. Again, what's the difference at this point? Embracing this neo-McCarthyist or neo-McCarthyite, dogma, this Red Scare, this Russophobia that you saw in the aftermath of the First World War, and then after the Second World War during the Cold War. So you already had 2 Red Scares in the United States, and I can tell you, by God, this is the third. No question about it. No question about it. No doubt. Not a single doubt in your mind. This is what's going on. And again, I agree with Glenn because I said the same thing. And I agree with George Galloway. Right now is very similar to what was happening during the Iraq War. You can't diverge from the official narrative or question it too much, because then they'll call you a traitor or, a Saddam apologist or whatever else. It's always like this. There's a mass hysteria phase during every war. Same thing with Syria. You can't question, well, are those moderate rebels really moderate? Oh, you're an Assad apologist, are you? That's the reaction, right? So, did that chemical attack really happen? You're an Assadist. This is the brain-dead sheep liberal mentality, the neocon mentality that we are plagued with in the West. And right now it's on steroids. It's in full throttle. It's even worse. And, they're just openly, Whoopi Goldberg just openly on television calling for people to be arrested. I mean, she implied it, right? She didn't say it directly. She certainly implied it. She says, we used to arrest people like that in this country. God, I apologize for subjecting you to this abuse, making you watch that. But again, it's a very important analysis. It's important to document this, to watch this, to record the hysteria that is taking place right now, because it's important and it has long-lasting effects. A lot of people, I think, in the United States have, and in the West, it's not just the US, in the West, they have a negative association with Russia because of the Cold War, because of the conditioning and programming, teaching people that Russians are, they're white, but they're not westernized. They're not Westerners. They don't believe in the same thing. They're lesser people. They're different from us. They are a threat. They're always sneaky. They're cunning. They're malfeasant. They're going, behind our backs and doing things in our elections. And this tense atmosphere, like, where the Russians, what are the Russians doing? This is sick. And what they're doing now is they're destroying this generation and future generations, and again poisoning their brains with this Russophobia, which is completely irrational. It's unfounded, and it's really sick that you're like making one culture hate another culture and pulling people apart. Because again, man, like you and I, we have more in common with a Russian civilian than we do with these liberal oligarchs and shitheads and elites that are sitting on the panel on The View, or the politicians. We have more in common than we do with these elites. That's for sure. That is for sure. And they want to pull people apart. And that's how they always do wars, right? In the end, it's basically, let's send this working class to kill that working class and massacre each other for our benefit, and we'll sit back quietly and profit from the war and do our thing. So this is sick, and it's poisoning people's minds. And it's, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, this is neo-McCarthyist, and it's a Red Scare 3.0.
Yep.
And I
100%.
posted this around in some of the more questionable groups. I got oh, more Russian propaganda. Shame on you.
God.
Shame on you. And I'm going, really? What was his points there? What do you got to argue with? And
they won't watch it. They don't watch it.
They change the subject too. They don't even, when I nail them, they go there. But anyway, we wanted to give a big shout out to The View, the production, and everybody over at The View. So I brought this little ditty, and this is what I think of The View, and I hope you all concur.
The poo. You should have put their names on them.
I can't do that because that was probably that's trashing associating women with cows.
Well, it is called the poo.
Yeah,
so.
it's the poo. It was horrible. And actually, if I was going to censor somebody, I would censor The View. But I'm not into censorship like they are.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you can't censor the CIA.
So Whoopi and Joy Behar, take your money and stuff it up your ass because that's
well,
all.
you know, can I just say this whole calling people out treason, like you need to go to prison. I remember as a kid, you know, my dad worked for the fucking government, and you didn't drop accusations like treason. It was a serious thing to talk about espionage and treason. You know, somebody who was being treasonous during the Cold War was somebody who was trading American secrets and putting us in jeopardy. Somebody calling out their fucking opinion of what's really going on is not an act against your country. We are not at war that I remember against Russia for them to even talk about treason, right? You have to have a declaration of war for it to be treasonous.
Yeah, and we've got people out there like Lindsey Graham calling death to another world leader. I mean,
he's
the guy,
truly treason.
Just horrible. And remember, everybody, this isn't a new thing. They just did this during the Iraq thing. They had people on no-fly zones. You couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, no-fly lists.
So it went from an illegal war in Iraq to, I believe, Afghanistan, morphed more into Afghanistan, and then come around 2016, we have Russia bad because of elections, you know, whatever. And
they started that narrative about 6 months before.
So they planned this a long time ago, but they've just been doing it in stages with the Russia hate. They brought back the Cold War. They in one fell swoop, and then we have a pandemic we got.
And you can thank Clinton's State Department for that because this is where it originated. Absolutely, 100%. Clinton's State Department and her cronies at the CIA at the same time.
Absolutely, the blood is dripping from their hands. Literally.
Dripping.
What is this? You've got Jocelyn Morin from...
This is a local California station, and I come across this and I thought, well, I hadn't heard this anywhere else. They want to give you money because gas prices are so high.
Oh, yeah, I think they want to drop $400 on you.
Yep. $400.
I just
make you shut up and stop crying about gas prices.
I didn't watch this clip. I heard it in another chat today. So let's hear what she's got.
Just continue to break records here in California with averages nearing $6 a gallon. Some relief could be on the way. Today, lawmakers announced a proposed gas rebate that would give taxpayers in California $400 each. KPXI's Jocelyn Moran has reaction from drivers in San Mateo.
It's the same story, but it's one that people won't stop talking about, and that's because of the impact it's having for them. Here at this gas station in San Mateo, nearly $6 for a gallon of gas, so any help is something some drivers won't say no to. $100. That's not what it took to fill up Kyle Cochran's truck. That's where it capped. It likely takes more.
Making me take Caltrain a hell of a lot more when I can.
For weeks, drivers have seen these numbers go up and up.
In general, I have to say life has become much more expensive.
Some relief could be on the way. A group of state lawmakers are proposing a gas rebate. $400 would be given to every California taxpayer, even if you don't drive. They say the rebate will cover the cost of the 51 cent per gallon tax Californians face for 1 full year of weekly fill-ups. This would use $9 billion from the state's budget surplus.
We, as the Assembly Democrats, want to do is put this money, this $400 gas rebate, into your pockets.
With crumbs.
Not into the pockets of oil companies.
With your money. Who's going to say no to $400?
Especially when drivers say,
everything is so much based on gas here. We're going to go to work and drop the kids at school.
And for many, every last drop and every dollar makes a difference.
it's really hard, especially if you're kind of, you know, a little bit on the edge financially anyway. So
you think
that will help.
And we'll.
I have so many questions. I mean, we've known about the California budget surplus for a while because they've been thinking of ways to throw the money out to the public, right? COVID, they were all going to get their own state refund. I think they actually did get a pretty sizable state refund. And now they want to shut you up with $400. Now you think about it, every time you go to the gas pump and it's an extra $25, $30, $45, $50, how fast that adds up. And the money that they're making. And I just got to say, people in California, I'd be screaming if it was, you know, my government, like, what the fuck? You guys have all this extra money. Normally, as a businesswoman, that's a sign that somebody's ripping you off when you have too much money.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, you better get it while you can, because somebody will send it to Ukraine. And
right. And I'd take it too, just because what else are you going to get? You ain't going to get shit.
You ain't going to get shit. You're going to get shit on, like we always have been shit on.
Remember that time we gave you $400? You better vote for the Democrats. They love you.
Speaking of that, no need Medicare for all instead of spending money on weapons for war. I mean, this crazy administration, I'm calling them the Biden regime. You know, that they're gonna get slaughtered unless there's something that is sneakily done.
Well,
so
yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. We know how little integrity there is in our election system.
No, yeah, I mean it's horrible, and election integrity is something that people should have gotten on that one a long time ago. Fortunately, Brother P and Sister Fee and Johnny have been on that for quite a while now. What do we got here? We got Elon Musk, baby pasta.
Oh, this is Burma. So Elon Musk has decided he's a mover and a shaker in this whole Ukrainian war thing because he is the CIA's biggest asset. So this is how Burma breaks it down. He's tweeting straight at Putin.
Okay, yeah. Let's hear what he's got to say.
And as I warned all of you now well over a week ago, when Elon Musk began boasting about sending satellite systems into the Ukraine, that we had a supposed, private citizen who's really a front for the military-industrial complex visually through his contracts with SpaceX and DARPA. We're going to show it all here today, okay? Sending communications systems into a war zone that could spark off World War III. And what did I say? Not good. Not good. And I had all these lackeys out there attack me. All these people saying, oh, Elon Musk is a great guy, the old Musker do. He is a front man for transhumanism, and he is being promoted as a savior every time he says something that is common sense. I can't tell you how many times in the last week I have heard him praised in right-wing media for saying to open up the gas lines. Let's start drilling again. Oh, it goes against his best. No, it doesn't go against his best interest to say that. Everybody is an imagination land, okay, that Tesla wasn't subsidized by the U.S. government. Everybody's an imagination land that they don't understand that SpaceX, his big dealio, is what, in conjunction with the U.S. military-industrial complex, to move equipment anywhere in the world within 1 hour, including Blackjack, their DARPA-style Starlink, which Elon Musk himself puts up. So then this maniac, okay, starts picking fights on Twitter with Putin and challenging him and getting in discussions with high-level military personnel.
Yeah, so Putin, how long do you think Putin's going to play around with Elon Musk? I mean, Elon's got this Blackjack, which is a Starlink where they can send out swarms of anything they want, sensors, mines, it doesn't matter. They can, and we've seen pictures. I saw video last week of these really tiny little, almost like UFO looking crafts that were crashed in the snow, and it was supposed to be the Ukraine, and there's people walking up to them and recording them. And of course, everybody's like, oh, that's not real, that's made up. But if we do have drones, I think they would look similar to something like that. So Elon's probably definitely already in there playing around with his technologies because, hey, we got to test them out, right? We built them, we got to play with them.
Well, who is Elon?
And I just want to say,
fuck Elon. Yeah.
Elon.
Yeah, I've got one here too. So who's to say that he's not pulling some of the same shit that Bush's grandpa did too by working with these other
They
countries?
all do that. Yeah, they all work with the CIA. And you got to look back at Tesla. He took $150 million fucking loan from the government in order to get Tesla up and running. And the government thought it was a good idea because, hey, we got to go green. We got to get electric cars. So then he paid it off early, being the good guy that he is, because I'm sure the CIA supported one of his other projects, or the military industrial complex, DARPA. And all they're doing is just moving the money from place to place. That, it's development. It's our military industrial complex development.
That's all it is.
And then don't even get me started with the fucking Neuralink shit and implanting crap in your fucking head. Now they're going to get rid of your depression because they're just going to implant something in your head and tell you to be happy instead of actually addressing the root of what's wrong with you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sign me up. At my age, I need all the help I can get. I mean, really, don't you think?
They have it already. It's called a lobotomy.
Well, that could be an option for me. I don't know. You never know.
I want to scream out to our chats. What's going on? Hey, chats. I think we got a super Ray sitting here. Ronnie Graham. I wish I had $1 million. If I had 5, I'd give it to you. Aw, you're a sweetie. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we would use it wisely. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we do. It absolutely goes back into everything that we're doing.
And mutual aid. So that's part of it that we go into. Linda made this nice mutual aid bumper here, this thumbnail, as Pasta calls it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice. And I want to thank Linda for all of her hard work here at Roar with the graphics and the videos and putting up with me while we're going to school. So thank you, Linda. And mutual aid is where it's at. And you're going to be needing to do more of this sooner than you think. Much sooner than you think.
Much sooner than you think, yeah.
Yeah, you brought this one here, right?
Sadly, I did. George Gamon. Yeah, it says you don't have to be a pro-Russia. You don't have to be pro-Russia to recognize this is propaganda. Ask yourself, why are they so intent on getting you emotionally involved? Why? Why are the Septons doing that?
Yeah, I don't know. We've got the Russian flag as the backstop to our Reface app, which I found a little bit disconcerting because they're the Reface. They've got the Russian flag, and supporting, or Ukrainian flag. I'm so sorry.
Ukrainian. Russian. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that is a little disconcerting.
Everybody's got the Ukrainian flag.
I agree with you, Uncle Warren. Yeah.
What'd Warren say? Where's he at?
He said Nikola Tesla was the greatest of all times, and he was, and they just annihilated him and killed him and stole everything from him.
Well, that's the American way, Uncle Warren.
That is the American capitalistic way.
Capitalistic way. I hear Yuri Gagarin got removed from being the first good guy in space, I guess. Now he's a bad guy because he's Russian.
Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, that's sad.
Whatever. You sick bunch of fuckers. Who's this? This is yours. This one's yours.
Yeah, just go ahead and hit play.
Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a sensitive issue.
It is.
And the results are in. USA Today has named former man and current Assistant Health Secretary Rachel Levine as one of its Women of the Year. And we've named USA Today as the Propaganda Outlet of the Year. But enough about them and more about Rachel, because ladies first, right guys? With Rachel Levine winning a spot in USA Today's Women of the Year, what are her accomplishments? Well, being diverse enough to be picked by a president who doesn't pick people based on their accomplishments, but rather picks people based on their skin color and what they say their gender is. Quite the accomplishment, Rachel. Congratulations on being so empowered that you're being used by a patriarchal white man to fill out his diversity profile so he can look better in the eyes of other people who are also out of touch with reality. And to all the women who have always been women that Rachel beat out for this top honor, sorry. You are simply not good enough. Is this women's empowerment? No, but we sure want you to think it is. Is it patriarchal empowerment, where men can now beat women out for women's positions while masquerading it as women's empowerment? Yes, but we'll censor you if you point that out. The same way the most neutered platform on the internet Twitter censored and suspended Matt Walsh for not denying objective reality when he tweeted, "The greatest Jeopardy champion of all time is a man. The top female college swimmer is a man. The first female 4-star admiral in public health service is a man. Men have dominated female high school track and the female MMA circuit.
What?
The patriarchy wins in the end." Matt Walsh, these men say they're women now, and they are, because this is what we're doing. Welcome to the new America, Matt. Objective truth isn't part of what we're doing. This just in, the nation's top female college swimmer has a penis. That's cool. I think this teaches us a lesson that any woman with a penis is superior to a woman without a penis. Accordingly, the Babylon Bee portrays how little girls should now adjust their dreams as the sanctity of women's sports and positions is being invaded by people.
Okay, I know that this is a sensitive subject, but as a woman, I can have a very strong opinion about this. And I do, and I have for a very long time. But this is one of those topics that the shit libs love to pile on you on if you don't articulate your thoughts on it. Absolutely perfect, and burn them to the ground every time. And I see so many of my sisters out there that want to, in this movement, that understand we've always been supportive of the LGBT community. But in this instance, we're seeing where something's wrong. It's not working. And we have to rethink how we are categorizing our sports for competition, because it's not a level playing field. Absolutely not. I've fought men my whole entire life, and I'm sorry. There's physical difference. There absolutely is. And I don't care if you start taking hormones, that doesn't change the body structure and the hormones that have already been in your body. I have a very strong opinion about this. And I see so many of my sisters getting burned, but so many are scared to stand up and say, hey, we fought for a long fucking time for the right to even compete in some of these sports, just to have it blown away. Do you know that swimmer, she finished 38 seconds ahead of the whole entire field. I mean, that's a huge leg up on women that have been training their whole lives. I mean, I would just feel devastated and want to give up. And there's statements from all of them and everybody's different opinions. But I know this is a tough one. We're very divided on this in our little community. And my opinion is I'm a woman and I know the difference between, the strength, the upper body strength.
Well, I've heard, I don't know.
You can push back. You can.
No,
I figured you would.
No, somebody was talking about this yesterday. It's probably on Dora's show. I don't know. But center of gravity in a man, is that in his shoulders?
Yes, it's different for men and women. Our center of gravity.
Center of gravity in women is in their hips. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that to me makes a little sense as far as maybe they should base it on where your center of gravity is placed. Forget the gender. I don't know.
Right.
If you've got the center of gravity.
There's a great anecdote. Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Tennis player.
Right.
She took on the 203rd ranked fucking tennis player who went out and golfed 18 holes in one day, drank all day, drank while he played 2 of them at once, and still whooped their fucking asses. And it's because he has better upper body strength.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did. She did a match years ago where she said, I'll take on the man. But she didn't say, I'll take on the men ranked in the top 10. She said, I'll take on a man ranked around 200 in the world.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
because she knew that she could never beat a man ranked at the top. The upper body strength it's not equal.
That sounds like
it's like a man taking on, I don't know, like an animal, a T-Rex.
This is a topic that might be interesting to have for somebody to do a full show on, because
I think a panel, somebody needs to, and hormones change your body. They do. Absolutely.
They do.
Lucky.
Absolutely.
They do. But does it take away all the muscle that you had already acquired? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just find it heartbreaking for,
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. I don't have enough information to collate a reasonably thoughtful response. I really
and
don't.
What is the response? Do we add another, a non-binary category? Like you can compete and all the non-binary doesn't matter, and then specifics for, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. How do they break down the way it is? Everybody's breaking down with
Right.
different, yeah.
But I think the fact that there has never been any really serious female football stars is all you need to know. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, yeah.
there's been a
that's-
few that have tried, but there's none that can last.
Yeah, the certainly the numbers don't work out too well there. Free Assange, free Palestine. This wasn't the released video, so I just wanted to show everybody that Joe Biden was whispering.
Uncle
and-
Sniffy.
Yeah, it was Sniffy.
Oh, look, Pelosi's down there clapping.
Yeah, Pelosi's down there clapping, and you brought this one right here. If I can get it to come over. Come
You
on.
melting is kind of creepy.
I like melting. It's better than licking an ice cream cone. Okay.
Right. So I'm sorry, but I think you're confusing your right to believe in stupid shit with me not having the right to make fun of it. Yeah. And Washington Post opinion says Vladimir Zelensky has gone a long way towards redefining manhood in a time of gender muddling and anonymous towards men. Kathleen Parker writes. Yeah, okay.
All right.
He's such a manly man.
Yeah.
From his green screen.
Well, he's supposed to be Captain America. I like.
Well,
this.
he is Captain America.
I like this one. This one was really. That's not the dude from the Twilight Zone. That's George Orwell. I hope so.
Right.
But fucking hell, he's spinning in his grave right now, or he's saying "I told you so." Either one. Yeah, it's. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Did you bring Chucky the Shoom again, or is this a repeat?
I don't know. We haven't heard from Chucky in a while. I'm sure he was out celebrating this week.
Yeah, let's give it a listen. See what it is. We're about ready for some entertainment, I think.
Absolutely.
Look at the price of gas now. It's $7.55 a gallon.
As my colleagues will explain,
I think this is an on.
President Trump can take
No, we
action
covered this when
today
they did it.
to help alleviate the pain at the pump for Americans.
It's gonna go up. Can't do much right now. Russia's responsible.
Oh yeah.
President
Can't do much
Trump
now.
can take action today.
Russia's responsible.
That is not my job. That is not my job.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Putin's fault, Russia's fault. They're responsible for everything.
Well, don't you remember we covered when they did that fucking publicity stunt where they showed up in front of a gas station and you saw the gas prices were like $3.85 and they're like, look at the gas prices. Trump needs to fix this right now.
Yeah.
He has the power and only he has the power. And now when gas prices are fucking insane, they're like, no, it's Putin. It's Russia. There's nothing we can do about it right now.
Well, here's something that we should have done about a long time ago. U.S. intervention since World War II. Bomb attacks, sabotage, attempted regime change, and successful regime change.
So many.
China, 1945. Syria, 1949. Korea, 1950. China, 1950. Iran, 1953. Guatemala, Tibet, Indonesia, Cuba, Congo, Dominican Republic, Vietnam, Brazil, Congo, Guatemala, and it goes on and
it just goes on and
on.
on and on. Oh my God. Peru, Greece, Turkey, Cambodia, Poland.
Did you say Portland? I
geez.
believe Portland.
Yeah. Libya, Iran, Philippines, Iraq, Kuwait, Somalia, Bosnia. Oh, some of our faves. Afghan, Yugoslavia, Iraq, Somalia, Iran, Libya, and at the end, Venezuela, because we all remember when they pulled the bullshit down in Venezuela with their stupid airsoft guns.
Yeah, well, they got Afghanistan in there, what, 2-3 times? Something like that. This is nuts.
Well,
I mean,
if you don't succeed, try again.
We're the biggest war criminals on the planet.
Well, and we've known that. And guess what? The bully on the block occasionally gets knocked the fuck out.
Well, it's coming, I'm afraid. Jost brokers. These 3 American men have invaded 9 countries in 23 years, killed 11 million civilians, and no one calls them war criminals.
Nope.
No. So anyway, that's what that. I like this one from Aldous Huxley. This one tickled my bone, my feel-good bone. The secret of genius is to carry the spirit of the child into old age, which means never losing your enthusiasm.
No.
And that's where I'm at. I'm 62 and counting, man, and I still got my child spirit. Shanda and Amber will vouch for me on that. I think.
Yeah, you do. And so will Fee and Pasta, I know.
Yeah. I try. I really do.
I think my inner child was killed by a cruel, harsh world that didn't deliver on anything that I was promised as a child coming up in the 70s.
They used to call me Santa Claus up until about 10 years ago. And I've got the receipts for that too. I've even got some nice cards. You brought an United Spot. I thought we were going to get away without one of these tonight.
This is just a little tiny one, not
All
a
right.
big one.
Let's see. I always like these, even though they're horrible.
All right, 20 seconds on the clock. So nervous. Settle down, Nancy. I've missed you so much. We asked the entire country, where did the dossier for Trump come from? Ukraine. Where did Hunter get paid millions of dollars? Ukraine. Where did the Clinton Foundation get millions in donations? Ukraine. Who money launders? Ukraine. Where does George Soros have property? Ukraine. Who doesn't tell the truth? The mainstream media. Who owns the mainstream media? George Soros. All right. Abbaji. Good night, Peggy.
I love that. That's why I stole that.
I know, that is great.
It is great. And here's the thing is any of that not true?
No, none of it. It's all true. It's all true. I mean, there's more than just Soros that owns the media, but everything else is true.
And I used to listen to this back in...
You got Adelson, and, Rupert.
But when I was working to get Obama elected, boy, I regret that.
Oh, God.
I heard George Soros' name thrown around so much, and I'm thinking, George Soros, my ass, But actually, they were correct. George Soros was one of them.
I always have a saying that I've been around the world into a George Soros convention, and I have. And man, let me tell you, they pour it on. Free alcohol, food, catered food from all over the world. It was a shebang. And then when you saw the money that he pours into major movements on the ground, the DNC convention in 2016, he literally donated tens of thousands to these little independent groups to come in and infiltrate and make it, all about love and peace. And Hillary Clinton is extending her hand out to you because you Bernie people got to come with us. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And when you brought it up on the street that where the fuck these kids get all this money? Well, how do they afford that RV? Like what? No. Where do they get all the money for these flowers? Because they're out there passing out flowers and giving hugs. And then you realize that they've got a grant from one of Soros's fucking groups, is how a lot of these are funded. So yeah, when you've seen Soros's money firsthand, you learn to recognize it. And at first I was like, oh, everything's blamed on Soros. You guys are insane. Soros is a good old guy, Polish guy, Jew that wants to save the world. I don't think that anymore.
No, that's not at all. That's not at all. This one kind of, this is a two-parter. Just to be clear, I dropped a bomb every 20 minutes for 8 years. And I found that kind of more sickening when you think about it. The last statistics I looked at was that a veteran from these imperialist wars, commit suicide every 20 minutes.
Yep, so, every 22.
Every 22 minutes. And that's pretty fucking horrible. And this guy right here, I think he's my biggest regret next to Bernie Sanders. And him and Clinton, I believe.
I was going to say Bill Clinton and Obama are my biggest voting regrets of my life.
Yeah. Those two guys are probably the game changers for our society.
What's your biggest regret on voting?
Yeah. Who do you guys regret voting for? And Bernie is just, he continues to do what Bernie does, and that's it.
Nothing sheepdog.
Yeah.
He's a sheepdog. That's all he is.
Yeah, he is. So you brought this one. This is nice.
Every time we witness an injustice and do not act, we train our characters to be passive. It is present and therefore eventually lose all ability to defend ourselves and those we love. Yeah. I mean, when we don't say nothing, takes good men doing nothing, right?
Yeah, it does. And that's going to be, history, no matter who writes it.
Anthony, I agree. Howie Hawkins. I had to vote for Howie Hawkins too. I mean, not like he won anything. And I did it just to give the Green Party a percentage, like, okay, here's another one towards the Green Party. It had nothing to do with Howie Hawkins because I personally had met Howie Hawkins, and no, I thought he had the personality of a dirty dish towel, like.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a discussion with Howie Hawkins because I've got some questions that he probably wouldn't want to answer.
A lot of Green Partiers have a lot of questions, but we think that, it just takes us organizing a third party and a third party will come together and then we can control that third party. Nope. Well, I got news for you. The Green Parties undercut their people in 2020. The Libertarians undercut their people in 2016. They picked Gary Johnson and the party wanted John fucking McCaffrey of all people. These third parties they're just as bad.
No, they are, and electoralism is not going to save our asses. It's too gone now, too far gone. Here's Linda's other one here. Anything helps. 50 cents.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that
color
cool?
of the moon? Yeah, that one's cool. I like the orange overlay on it.
Yeah, we had Canva training the other day in lieu of Da Vinci training, and I learned a lot. So
I know. Linda's taught me a lot on Canva. Yeah. I've just got to figure out how to export the slides out of Canva faster because I could build a whole deck in Canva, no problem.
I know, I could too, but I'm working on that special deck we got coming up. And it's that time again.
Leo.
We have got, what did I do? The left one last week? I'll do the right one this week. We have got Pat, the Batman fan, Karaoke Closet coming up shortly too. We're going to try and get out of here as close to on time as possible. So here we go, Leo. So there we go, Leo. Introduce your dad. Good job, Leo. Now, Steve, are those congas or are they bongos? I think they're bongos. They're bongos.
Congos.
Yeah, I think they're bongos. Anyway, Steve Cutler live, everybody.
Speaking of bongs, bust them out if you got them.
Bust them out. Let's take a quick break here and listen to some dulcet tunes from Steve Cutler live.
Wanna tell you about the girl I love. Ooh, man, she looks so fine. Wanna tell you she's the only girl I really love, and someday she'll be all mine. Wanna tell her that I love her so, and I thrill with every touch. I wanna tell her she's the only girl that I really love. Oh, I got a woman, she won't be true. I said, I got a woman, wanna ball all day, yeah. She said, I got a little woman, stay drunk all the time. Well, then I got a little woman, and she won't be true. Well, now, in the bars where the men play guitars, they're drinking and remember the time. My little lover does a midnight shift, she ball around all the time. Well, I guess it's just one thing for me to do when I pack my bags and move on my way. Because I got a worried mind, I'm sharing what I thought was mine. Gonna leave her where the guitars play. Look out. Sunday morning when we go down to church, you see the men folks standing in line. Said they come to pray to the Lord, but when my little girl looks so fine. And in the evening when the sun is sinking low, everybody's with the one they love. Now I walk the town, keep searching on around, looking for my street corner girl. I got a woman and she won't be true. Ooh, I said I got a woman, wanna ball all day. Got a little woman, stay drunk all the time. Oh, now, well, I got a little woman and she won't be true, and she won't be true. What do? I said, hey, what can I do? I got a woman and she won't be true. Whoa, hear what I say. I got a woman on the ball all day, baby. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. Hey, I got a woman on the ball all day, yeah. And you hear what I say? You hear what I say? Yeah. Hey, what can I do? I got a woman and she won't be true. Whoa, hear what I say? I got a woman about all day, baby. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. Oh, so keep on, keep on, you keep on, you keep on, you keep on, yeah. I said, hey, what can I do? I got a woman and she won't be true.
Well done. Love that
Seaver. That's how you own some Zeppelin. You make it your own.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Abso-freaking-lutely. It's Stoner Corner.
Stoner Corner. Yeah, give me a second. Okay. Winners don't smoke weed. Champions do. If you smoke weed before eating an eating competition, did you just use performance-enhancing drugs?
Yes.
There's only one infestation worse than spider mites. I love that.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one.
And let our people grow.
Let our people grow. I liked your St. Patrick's Day clover, by the way, Chanda.
That got a lot of hits. Yeah, I posted it. It said Happy St. Patty's Day, and it had a pot leaf, and then it said, "Oops, wrong festival leaf."
Good job. Good job. You know what we've got now? And I've got to say something real quick. I want to clarify something because I didn't shout you out last week, Pat. Pat and Jamie Kuhn own these songs as well. They do a great job. They make it their own, as you will see here with this little ditty from Pat, the Batman fan.
Let's dance. Wing Chun, yeah.
Take your baby by the hand, make her do a handstand. Take your baby by the heel, and do the next thing that you feel. With the sun in face, in our dance all days. We were cool on craze. When you, and everyone we knew could believe, do, and share what was true. I said, dance all days long. Take your baby by the hair and pull her close and there. And take your baby by the ears and play upon her darkest fears. We were so in face, then I dance all days. We were cool on believe, do, and share what was true. I said, dance all days, love. Dance all days. Dance all days, love. Take your baby by the wrist, and in her mouth an amethyst, and in her eyes sapphire's blue. You need her and she needs you. 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 You need her. She needs you so in fast. In our dance hall days, we were cool on grace. When I, you, and everyone we knew could believe, do, and share what was true. I said, dance all days, love. Dance all days. Dance all days, love. Dance all days. Dance all days. Dance all days, love. Dance all days, love.
Heck yeah, I freaking killed it. You know, just in the last 8 minutes, I have been transported to the late 70s and then to the 80s. You guys kill it. You just knock it out of the park with these song choices. Thank you.
You guys are rocking. And honest to God, I'll say it again. The only break I really get emotionally and mentally is when I listen to music. And of course, Steve Cutler live and Pat cutting these things, Jamie Kuhn. You guys really helped me out, because if they pulled the plug on me tomorrow, I'd have my old DVDs out playing them in my head, and that's all. I'd be doing that in gardening, you know.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Yeah,
Me
so,
too.
yeah.
Me too. Music's everything for me.
Gonna have to make a sound file of Pat and Jamie and Steve, so I have it in case of emergency.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you again, and Pat, you did own it. You know, again, you own the stuff, Pat, too, because it's not like you're performing for somebody. You got into the song.
Yeah.
And we can see that through your body language and everything else. It was really nice. So
keep
it up, Pat. We really appreciate it. If you guys could show some love for Pat and Jamie and Steve Cutler and Lucky, that would be really appreciated all day long. All day long.
All day long.
All day long. And it's that time again, and we have a hell of a dance-off tonight. Oh, my God.
Dance off. Dance off.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a hell of a dance-off tonight. I don't know who's going to win tonight. Is it going to be Chanda, the serious blonde, or is it going to be
me? It's going to be me, because you've won the last 2 weeks, so it's my turn.
Yeah, but I don't know. This is pretty good.
I think I'm better.
Well, you're always better, and I always, in my heart of hearts, I always vote for you because you're the best. So let's see what we got. Drum roll. Here we go. Chanda getting busy. Oh shit.
Psych.
Psych. It does that sometimes.
I'm gonna win.
Probably.
That actually kind of looks like me.
It does. I try and find models that look close to you anyway. Wow, that's going to be tough to
I think
beat.
I got you. Yeah.
Well, come on, give me a chance, man. All right.
Bring your best.
Sorry, Chanda wins. Pat's with you already.
Dang.
Not so fast, you guys. Now, come on. Give old Oz the Boomer a shot here.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitating.
Nice hair.
Thank you.
Ironic, I gave him love and they end up hating on me. She told me she loved me and she been waiting. Been fighting hard for your love and I'm running thin on my patience. Need someone to hug, even took
Look at those moves, man.
You got me out here doing. Might have threw me off, but can't nobody stop the movement. Let's go. Left foot, right foot, levitating. Pop stars, do a leap with the baby. I had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get up and get your bread up. They always leave when you fall, but you run together. Weight of the world on my shoulders, I kept my head up. Now baby, stand up, cause girl, you want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me.
Swingers Club dance moves for Chanda. Thanks.
I tell you what,
Hey.
if I would have wore a crop top, I think I would have done better.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe because you could have got your hips in there. But I think you did great. That was a good song choice too. I gotta say.
Yeah, I think.
I just brought the fury. I don't know. There was
I
just.
think you did.
yeah.
So what do we? So I was.
Chanda wins this round. Thank you, gamer.
Chanda wins. So it's down. I'm still one up on you though. I think.
Yeah, you're still one up or two.
All
up on
right,
me.
well, let's get through Hollywood. We got a weird Hollywood tonight. So.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's did I bring this whole thing? I think I brought most of it. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, Hollywood. I want to talk about something this used to be near and dear to my heart. Star Trek Discovery. Anthony Omeni says there used to be a time when even mid-brow show like Star Trek had too much dignity to cameo politicians, much less cast them as politicians. And this was pretty horrible. And I did bring a review, but I'm not going to play it. It's just not worth it. But I had a little fun with this, and and I hope you guys enjoy it. We had some of our cast here at the Overdone for Primetime Players. That would be myself, Chanda, Pasta, Fee, Amber.
Is that what we're calling ourselves? The Overdone for Primetime?
Overdone for Primetime Players.
Okay.
So here we go.
Stacey Abrams is United Earth president on Star Trek Discovery. Someone is apparently envisioning big things for Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. The popular Democrat played the president of United Earth in the 32nd century in Thursday's season 4 finale of Star Trek Discovery to help patch up the Federation. The cast was thrilled by Abrams' appearance. "We spent so much of our time fanning out and pretending to be cool in her midst," star Sonequa Martin Green, who plays USS Discovery Captain Michael Burnham in the Paramount Plus series, told Deadline. "She's a legend in the making and a civil hero, and she was an absolute delight to work with, and she whipped out some acting chops too. It was an honor for me as a black woman to stand with her in the story." Director-producer Olatunde Osunsanmi told TV Line that everybody's head exploded when Abrams walked on the set because 90% of the crew didn't know she was coming.
My head exploded in the second season of Star Trek Discovery to the point where I couldn't watch it anymore. It was so poorly.
I never watched that one.
It was so poorly written, and the acting was pretty subpar in my opinion. It has nothing to
Obviously, if they got her on there.
Yeah, and they're giving kudos. But here's how it should have gone. If you're going to do something like that, I would have done it more like this.
Today, we greet the President of United Earth.
Chanda, you got the lead role here.
Madam President, Madam,
I always take the lead.
Welcome. I am so pleased that you've come. We are eager to begin diplomatic discussions. Nothing to discuss. United Earth is ready right now. to rejoin the Federation.
Those are real acting chops.
And nothing could make me happier than to say those words.
There's pasta.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Anyway,
Oh,
that was
terrible.
That was
terrible trash TV.
It was terrible, and I'm sorry. And as much as you may or may not like Stacey Abrams, you ain't getting it done for me because she's part of the club.
Right. She can't act, obviously. I could tell it. She has terrible acting ability in one freaking line.
Yeah, but she's good enough to act in where she enjoys.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll give her some fucking daytime Grammy nod or best supporting actress. You know, Whoopi got a couple of like Golden Globes and shit for her Star Trek walk-ons.
Well, yeah, and actually, I think Whoopi did a pretty decent job on The Next Generation.
She actually, I liked Karen Johnson back then. I can't stand Karen Johnson now. I'm done calling her Whoopi. She's Karen Johnson.
Yeah, she is a Karen Johnson.
Whoopi is her elite name. Right?
She's absolutely disgusting. So, she's just like every other shithole lib in
She's
Hollywood.
a Karen.
Anyway, you brought this meme. I thought this was pretty stunning.
They all knew Hollywood, music industry, politicians, MSM, and did nothing. I am not for sale. Yeah. Every day we hear more and more about how they're all in cahoots and what they're doing.
And they're pretty sick bastards. That's all I can
Exploiting
say.
these children.
All of them. We got the show starting. I got to pick the movie.
Super loud.
What's the problem?
What's the problem? It rubs the lotion on its skin.
I shouldn't change that, but I did. I forgot.
That's all right. Anyway, we have a cute movie.
Cute. It's like 3 minutes or something, and then we're out of
it's
here.
a short
Whoopee
one.
cushion.
Short one. And it's called, I think it's called Go For It or something like that. Go For It. Anyway, I hope
Go
you
For
enjoy
It.
It was fun. I needed something easy.
It's cute.
Not one of those.
I know. When you said it to me,
fiction.
I was like, Oz can't take my apocalyptic doom movies.
I had to have something to cheer me up, and I've got
this is kind of.
I've got
cheery.
Steve Cutler playing in the background on this, in my head. Go for broke. That's it. Yay. Oh, shit. The bell tolls for thee.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
He lived, by the way. Just
I'm sure.
He lived. He made it.
He just had a hard time breathing.
He had a hard time breathing. Anyway, we're going to blow out of here with fashion tonight. And
Fashion.
I didn't know. God, Pasta's built like a brick shithouse. That's what we used to say. Look at that man. He's got the big horseshoe gold chain around his neck. And what do you have on there? You got little.
I've absolutely worn that outfit before.
That little Tykes overalls outfit.
Yeah. I used to always sport overalls in the 90s.
And then you've got Oz up there with his standard attire. And there's Fee. There's Fee and Chanda Oz kicking back.
Fee's so cute.
Fee is so cute. Fee's so cute. You're not so bad yourself, you know. So there you go.
Anyway, bad for a glamour.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for the show tonight. We've got a last chance buy the Beauty and Boomer merch. There it is. And
one last chance. Yeah, I'm going to probably shut it down tomorrow because I'm working on new merch. So
new merch. It's been a fun show. Do we have any Super Rays by any chance?
Super Rays. No, I think we're all caught up on Super Rays.
Guys, we appreciate you being here.
You guys can always hit our PayPals or our link tree.
Yep. You can do that. And we got any quick announcements?
Quick announcements. Join us on Tuesday for a short takes for Beauty and the Boomer, right?
Yeah, I think so. If I can drag my ass up to do it.
And I know Pasta and those guys just got the new studio set up. I'm hoping we're going to just totally roll out a new To Hell and Back. I'm excited because I'm really not that far away from Vegas. So I'll probably be able to make it down and actually do work in the studio.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
We worked on that today, getting that set up. He's got a great engineer over there named Rob in Vegas. They're doing a great job. And Pasta's learning how to work things finally. He's not really a tech guy, I don't think so.
Are any of us actually tech people?
Not me.
not me, man.
Not the way my week's
we figure it out, but it's the rough road to get there.
A rough road. So anyway, I don't know.
Sleep well, everyone. Yeah, you too, Ella.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. I just want to shout out a few people in the chat. Dingo, Kate, Kushami Kate, thanks for always being here and always promoting Beauty and the Boomer. So many of you guys, like I said, have been with us since the inception for so long now. I'm just blown away. Thank you so much. Yeah. So Jim and Gamer and War Deer. What else we got? Bass Adams. Uncle I'm so glad you made it back in.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah. I picked this one because this is my counterpart to Superman that Chanda likes. I like Daria.
Yeah, you do. And that's why okay, I get it now.
You get it. Yeah, you get it.
I get it. Yeah.
Anyway, she's got a hell of a voice.
Yeah, she actually does.
She really does. She can actually sing, I think. So anyway, we're going out with Upside Down. It's a Diana Ross cover. Thank you everybody so much. Been fun.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great evening. Thank you, Steve and Pat and
Pat the Batman
fan. And always love the Jamie Coon and fearlessly authentic with
Lucky Burrito.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening, and I hope you enjoy this song. And we're out of here. And I did it again.
You did it again.
I did it again.
I love it.
I got to work on that.
That's okay. It's Mercury retrograde. Something's going on. And turn it up.